more accurate with that. So, and again, in your, in the handout, if you don't have it here, you have it downloaded, there's only one that doesn't have a code because I actually put the resource into the packet. And again, the other point is I don't expect us to go through all of these. These are in the handout as well, these examples. But when we think about taking criteria for success criteria, students are going to do these things. They're going to analyze multiple sources, list one or two counterpoints to a claim, determine the power and limitations of political parties. This was a social studies example. Identify a couple of beliefs, indicate specific examples. That's what I said up front I needed you to do. Then we gotta talk about when we're creating scoring guides or rubrics. I've seen my son come home with a rubric that says, here's what it would look like if it was proficient. Let me actually give you some criteria if it was awesome. And let me give you a full description of work that's kind of sort of good. In fact, let me even describe wretched work. As opposed to giving them something like this. That says, here's achieving the success criteria that you can see directly from what I said. And progressing or emergent is 3 of those, or 2 of those. Wouldn't that clean up our lives? And then this is where, as a teacher, as a set of teachers, might need to decide how much is each of those worth. And do you need to have all of them? The more we accurately, Daniel Venables in his PLC work talks about having mastery lock items that are worth so much because it shows such a demonstration. If you get that and you miss the other stuff, it becomes a WC. Who cares? But if you get all the frivolous stuff and don't get the big stuff, so that when the point value comes back, it makes sense. That's why we give 6 points for a touchdown and only 3 for a field goal, but you can get a couple field goals. So if you get all 3 of those compared to the 30, so we can weight our evidence, but then also say, I expect you to get them all. And what I don't want to do is that say that you incorrectly identified 2 or 3 constituent things. So that's how, and it's just one example, and I don't expect you to have it read, which is why I'm going to provide more of them. There's some social studies, some math, some English that I put in the handout. Just that alone could empower the students, go back to your success criteria, and then also we can say, if that's worth 30, I can't count those more than fill in the blank. And to be cautious of thinking it's that 100% or that thing that we've maybe been programmed to before. The other one, and I already